Welcome to Top 1 Percenter Podcast, where we encompass more information other than wealth creation, but we actually talk about creating a life by design, living a fulfilled and meaningful life in all aspects and areas of our life, striving to be the best versions of ourselves.
That's it.
Okay. So today we wanted to do a special episode on just kind of the origin story of Top 1 Percenter and what it is today and where it's going to be in the future. And I think it's a really funny story. I think it's an interesting story that I'll just kick off and you kind of tell me where we're at. But just over 3 years ago, Bron and I, we've been working together for almost 20 years in our sales organization. And we were having a year-end planning meeting. We decided to meet up in some random state where our sales teams were at. And we had a meeting in your hotel room, right? Like you got the suite and we decided to meet in this hotel room to have a year-end planning meeting. And as we're going through this planning meeting, we were thinking about our people, our reps, right? We oversee 450 sales guys all over the country, and they really look to us as their mentors, right? They look to us as the old dogs that have been here before.
A lot of them, their upbringing literally, I think some of them call you dad, right? And so
yeah.
a lot of our sales reps don't have the upbringing that fortunately you and I have had.
Yeah.
And they crave it. They crave that. So
they want information. Like all the time we're getting questions from our guys of, hey, I'm going to make professional income for the first time in my life. What should I do with this money? Who should I pay taxes through? Like, where do I pay taxes? How do I avoid paying taxes? Should I set up an LLC? Should I get into real estate? How do I get into real estate? Just so many questions. But also we see our people, we see our sales reps, we see our sales leaders, and we often talk about what principles we need to get better at, what principles that we have and instilled in us that led to our level of success that we need to mentor and coach them on, right? And on an individual basis, we'll talk about individuals that need to improve in these different areas of their life and how we can help them and mentor them, right? So we're having this meeting. And as we're having this meeting, I don't even know how it happened, but we said, in order for us to really do this, we should start a social media account and we should create like a planner, create something that we can give to our sales organization that really differentiates us from all other companies, all other leaders. Like come work for us and you can have all this information.
Yeah. That was it. That was the origins of it. And it's gotten to be a lot more than that. But our thought process was, how do we develop and grow our group in a way that we want them, that's been different in the past? We never felt like we had anybody that we could look up to go say,
that was it.
Teach me how to do real estate. Teach me how to be a good parent or husband, or teach me how to understand taxes. We never had that.
Never did.
And we wanted that for our people so badly. But we couldn't do it just by talking to one of them at a time.
Yeah.
We had to have a platform that we could do this with.
And I think it was crazy to us. Like, this was supposed to be a year-end planning meeting, and it was supposed to be an all-day thing. And we spent the whole day talking about this.
About how we could help our people.
How we could build this brand that was just for our people, and this social media account and this planner that would just help our people. And what we realized was that our whole careers, we haven't had a mentor just say, do this, do that, you'll be super successful. But we had people around us that are now, hindsight 2020, they are billionaires and multi-millionaires that were spoon feeding us principles every single day, right? And we were
oblivious to some of these.
We were so oblivious to it as we're going through it. And we were getting this information, and then we'd make income, and then we'd see what they were doing in their lives. They were buying real estate. They were doing things to lower their taxable income. They were living this quality of life with their family that we also wanted and saw them as role models, right? And we learned all of these things watching and being in close relationships with these people for over a decade, 2 decades almost, right? Of working with these people and being mentored by these people. And I think we realized at this moment that we've been taking this information for granted, that we had all this information. Let's compile it all into one area and let's share this with our guys.
Yeah.
Right? Let's share this
with
ourselves.
We had to learn everything by watching them do it I wish so bad there was what we're doing right now where they would intentionally teach us how to do it.
For sure.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
Is that we wanted to intentionally teach others how to do this rather than making them hopefully figure it out by just watching on the sidelines how
Yeah.
someone else was doing.
Yeah. So we came up with some ideas. We dabbled a ton of different ideas. We came up with top 1%er, not because it's the top 1%, but actual the verb of what it means to be in the top 1%. It's the person, right? It's not
Yep.
the thing of being in the top 1%. It's the person that is the best, not only financially, the top 1% in his life financially, but also in the top 1% with their family and relationships, with their health, with emotionally and physically, with their craft, with spirituality, whatever it is, that they are truly this person that has life figured out,
Yeah.
all aspects of their lives. And that's what we have always strived to be, right? And we'll always keep working towards that. But when we saw certain individuals, you meet these people and you see, man, they got life figured out financially. They got life figured out in all those different aspects. They got the family life, they got the emotional life, they got the physical life. Like they've got everything dialed. How did they do that? And that's where we came to part 2 of this thing, which was again in another hotel room.
Yeah.
How did we come with the planner, Bron?
So we had Adam and I figured, let's lock ourselves in a room for 3 days and come up with the content on not just like how to have a productive 90 days, but how to have a productive 90 days in every aspect of life, and then include like actionable steps on how to do these things. And it took us 3 days, but we figured we did all of it in 3 days. The entire content was put down in 3 days, and we left that and then have been working on it for about just over a year
Yeah.
to actually get it to where it's in a physical book like this. But those 3 days were monumental. That was, you spoke about it in different podcasts, but that was a monumental moment. Those 3 days that's completely changed the course of how we do things and operate in our business.
Because it no longer was an idea. Now we had the idea in a PDF.
Yeah.
And then we created the brand Top 1%er. We created the logo professionally.
Oh, we did all that in 3 days, didn't we?
Yeah. We started the process
Yeah.
of those things with task lists. Like, here's the
Yeah.
task we need to get done. We got the logo. Then we got our connections in China to manufacture a book, a journal for us. You know, we started the process. That it's been over a year process to get this thing to where it's at right now. But what's crazy is we took this idea and concept, we started putting these ideas. Again, these are principles that you and I live by on a daily basis. It's led to the level of success that we've had, that we've mentored thousands of sales guys that have come into our organization. We've taught them these principles already, and that we were mentored on these same principles by millionaires and billionaires, right? And so a lot of people that had life dialed in, we've taken these principles, we've put them into a book format on how to live your life and structure your life on a day-to-day basis, and in a 90-day basis, right? Structuring your life, living your life intentionally, daily, weekly, and monthly, right? So you can actually achieve this level of success. But then when we started putting this content on Instagram and on TikTok, it absolutely blew up.
Yeah.
Like it was crazy how our TikTok now is just under 200,000 followers in about a year now, right? Since we started this journey. People want this information, which is where we're going now with this thing. It's not just for our sales organization anymore. It is information that people want nationwide. It is information that we've been taking for granted, that we want to share, that we want to be able to bless the lives of other people that don't have the path, that don't have the answers, that don't have the mentor. And, you know, there's been so many people that have walked the path of success already. And you can either just follow their path and take notes from them and learn from them, or you can choose to walk your own path and have your own failures and struggle in your own ways. We want to provide enough information that people can just model and study the principles and habits that have led to the successes of our lives and our mentors' lives, put that on social media and continue to put in this information in podcasts, on social media, in planners, and even courses. We have courses coming out with real estate courses that we've learned in our successes in investing, but we'll do a lot more courses that people can subscribe to or pay for to get this information out there.
It's going to be an incredible run. This is the very early infant stages of what we're doing that we see can make or add a ton of value in not just our lives and the people close to us, but in the world.
Yeah. We hope you guys love this. We hope you follow us, like and add us on, on this channel right here, follow our social media accounts. And we hope you embark in this journey with us and really choose to follow these principles and habits that we're going to teach you about.